Hey guys, it's Beth. Welcome back to some more Fortnite. I know a lot of people aren't having a lot of fun with this season, which is strange, because to me, this is actually like, I'm not even joking, this is one of my favorite seasons so far, of the ones I've played. I'm not the biggest fan of the map, overall. Uh, like this, I much preferred, like, the Marvel season and Wrecked, and of course, I miss shimmering shrines every day. Rest in peace, my beloved. Um, no, I don't really need your pistol, I'll be honest. I'm thinking about it. I don't really want it. Like, you got some neat stuff there, Luke, but I'm alright. Are there X-Wings around here? I don't think so. But I wanted to, address one thing as I'm about to play as different, like, Sith characters in this. Unfortunately, I don't have Jar Jar right now. We will eventually get him, I just don't have the XP for him. Which is interesting, because I have been playing daily, so... I don't know how people have gotten him so fast. Maybe it's just, like... I don't know. I don't know anything. You know, I'm just here. Anyway. As I am playing Sith characters, and I primarily have all of the clone troopers and different, like, more typically associated with, like, evil-sided characters, let me just say, I'm not supporting the Sith or the Empire or any of that bullshit. I am simply playing as characters that I think look cool and enjoy. This does not mean I'm endorsing the characters, their actions, XYZ, QRS. In my opinion, in typical, fashion, there are a lot of really, really cool, designed, like, characters and such, and unfortunately, sometimes a lot of them are just evil, and that's just how things are. Now, does that mean that just because something is evil it looks cool, or just because something looks cool it's evil? No. Something that's evil and looks like dog shit is the Cybertruck, and basically every Tesla. So don't worry about that. It's more just they put a lot of effort into the costuming and design, and they made the design of the Empire look very neat. I like the design of Stormtroopers, even knowing that, you know, evil. Like, and obviously most of you are going to be like, why are you even bothering to address this? It's just because there's a lot of people online who are like, oh, you can't, like, you shouldn't like things because, like, they are evil or analogous to real-life evil things. Like, obviously, like, Star Wars most normally is associated as analogous to two separate instances in the history of the world, and that is World War II and the Vietnam War, where, you know, you have very horrific and, like, very horrific atrocities being committed, and, you know, like, a lot of the designs and names are taken directly from World War II, and, they have said in interviews, they're like, oh, the Empire is based off of the United States during the Vietnam War. I, personally think that, given the fact that Star Wars is a massive franchise, just absolutely fucking enormous, we need to consider that really quickly, okay? It's not that, people are supporting these evil entities of the past. It's just that because of the corporate march of capitalism, well, you kinda end up with a lot of, different people trying to make money off of it, because, dear Lord, Star Wars makes a lot of fucking money. Like, let's not mince words. Star Wars makes a lot of fucking money. And obviously, one of the smart things to do is, if you have a profitable franchise, is to make it palatable to everyone. Which is why there's so many, like, kid shows and, like, different pieces of media and, like, different toys and Legos and X, Y, and Z. Like, yes, the initial part of everything is based off of horrific atrocities. However, the fact of the matter is, it's not entirely that. You have to remember, like, this series has existed since the 70s. Ow, okay, so there's just a random person watching me there. Yeah, this series has existed since the 70s, and people wanted to make toys out of it, so they make things look cool and, like, dumb it down for general audiences. And then you have specific things where you show, like, the horrors of it in general, like Andor. Like, it's more than just, like, one thing, and a lot of it is down to capitalism. So, what does all this mean, and why do I bring it up? Primarily it's just because I wanted something easy to talk about, and more just like, hey, here's a reminder, Nazis fuck off, trans rights bitch, and hopefully, everyone watching me, is a decent person, because the fact is, a lot of y'all need, to be better. No, that's phrasing it bad. I feel like there's a systemic issue in that people take things, especially media, so, like, they derive so much from it that, like, it entirely changes how they, like, perceive everything. And that they are, just because everything is inherently got problems with it that lead to, like, what could be described as being problematic or bad, and could lead into that, people have issues enjoying anything. One thing that I had recently seen online was people critiquing, the song, Misery Business by Paramore, which is very clearly, it's a song about, like, high school drama and, such as that. It's high school drama and, like, crushes, essentially. High school drama, crushes, and relationships. But because of the lyrics in the song, referencing the direct lines in the like, song are, once a whore, you're nothing more, sorry that'll never change. People are taking that, well, the poster took it as a direct, like, a song that enforces, like, the patriarchy and, is just fucked up because of it. Now, personally, I feel like that is a very reductive and, frankly, stupid way of thinking about it. It's very clearly, it's petty high school drama. That's how people talk to each other when they don't like each other in high school. That's just how it is. It's not a larger statement about society. Like, yeah, you can say that patriarchal, like, expectations and such can, like, create the environment that does that, but it's very clearly not, like, it's not intended to be, like, you know, an anti-feminist song. It's not supposed to be, like, slut-shaming or anything. It's, you're a shitty kid in high school. Like, here's the fact of the matter. Everyone was terrible in high school. If you do not look back at your time in high school with some regrets, then that's bad. You realistically should have a couple issues with how you acted when you were younger. Like, that's the real fact of the matter. Like, yes, you can like stretch everything to be like the literal worst interpretation. You can have things be as bad as you can possibly imagine. Does that help you? Does it make you feel good to take something at, like, to deliberately take something at its worst level, just assume the worst from it, and just, you know, think that that's, like, just how everything is? No, it's not healthy. And you're making yourself more miserable because you've decided to take something that is very clearly just there for entertainment and make it worse for yourself. And I think that is unfair to you, and it's unfair to the original creators. Like, yeah, shit can age poorly and shit can be made in bad faith. But, like, that doesn't mean everything is. Like, yes, there is hidden meaning in everything, because everything is inherently political, because everything is made by a human who has their own biases and belief system. That's the fact of the matter. Even if it was not intentional, at the end of the day, everything is political because it was made by a human. However, that doesn't mean that you have to get hung up over it. On the other hand, like, this is very clearly, I need to address this immediately. Just because I'm saying, like, you need to, like, let yourself enjoy things, that does not mean that there is no harmful pieces of media. Very clearly, if you support pieces of media made by people who directly hurt others and advocate for, horrific things, then clearly that's bad. Like, there is a very big difference over something that can easily be misconstrued and something that is actually harmful. And I feel like that needs to be addressed. It's like, there is a big difference between a random song by Paramore from the year 2008 and Harry Potter, which is created by a literal bigot. Like, you have to be realistic here. Like, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people are too miserable to function, and not in, like, there's nothing wrong with, like, being so miserable you can't do anything, in the sense, like, oh, you're depressed and it's actually hard for you to get out of bed in the morning. I've been through that thousands of times in my life. Well, thousands is probably a bit overselling it. Or actually not. I have been legally declared, or medically declared depressed and borderline suicidal since I was in middle school, so actually thousands is probably not incorrect. Oh dear God. That's a problem. Alright, well, mental breakdown for later aside. I mean, like, people that refuse to enjoy something and just take in the little things in life and appreciate them for what they are, that sucks. Like, sometimes y'all need to, like, watch a movie and enjoy life. You don't have to, like, you don't have to just let yourself be miserable constantly. Like, people who are like, oh, Marvel movies are just nothing but nostalgia cash grabs that are fueling the capitalistic regime and, like, creating, horrible conditions for X, Y, Z, and, like, bringing movies and media as a whole down. You know, sometimes I think you should just, like, enjoy a dumb movie. So, like, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes you should just, like, enjoy things. And not worry about, like, man, this exists solely to fill the pockets of investors, and everything here was designed to be as marketable as possible. It's like, no, sometimes I think you should, like, sometimes things are made to be fun, and yes, of course, they're going to make money because it's a large property, and, you know, you make a movie and it makes money, and, you know, doing things that people like means that more people will see it, which means that more money is going to be made, just inherently. It doesn't even have to be intentional. Sometimes just writers are like, hey, you know what would be cool? This. I think the fans would like this. And then technically that's a cash grab because, you know, it grabbed cash. It got money. I don't know. Maybe I'm insane. Maybe I should just, like, stop speaking. But I don't know. I think sometimes there's just, like, sometimes you should just let yourself have fun and distract yourself from the real life horrors that are abound, plentiful. I think that's realistically what you should do. Like, yeah, shit sucks in real life. You should enjoy some stuff. You know, like, there's very cool and good stuff in life. And yes, it can be very easy to focus on all of the negative when we're constantly barraged by a whole bunch of media that just points in your face like, oh dear god, shit kinda sucks right now, especially politically. But, like, sometimes, you know, sometimes you can just have fun with shit. Like, and, you know, sometimes it's important to actually, like, embrace the fact that, oh hey, there is good stuff in the world. And, you know, it's unhealthy of me to focus on nothing but the bad. So yeah, no, I don't think you're a bad person if you think that the design of stormtroopers look cool. Like, you can very easily be like, yeah, they're a metaphor for something bad, but at the same time, they can look very cool. It's like, look at Frieza from Dragon Ball. Like, that is one of the most beloved villains of all time, and that dude is based off of literally the most evil thing in the world, Toriyama's old landlord. That's not even a joke. Frieza is based off of landlords and realtors. That is why he is so evil. So yeah, no, just like, sometimes you can think that something looks cool, or you think that, man, this evil character has some really good writing, and it's just like, no, that doesn't mean that you support them, it just means that you enjoy a piece of media. And luckily, when it comes to... Oh, dear lord. When it comes to, Harry Potter, that's written poorly, has no aura, and the creator is bad. So you can very easily say, oh wait, no, if you like anything involved with that, you are categorically evil. Obviously there's a bit of exaggeration there, but realistically, like... There is a... Once again, there is a much bigger difference between thinking something that is evil in a piece of media looks cool and supporting a piece of media that enforces bigoted beliefs and can have lasting impact on the real-world lives of countless individuals. So yeah, this was an essay today. You got tricked into watching my frickin' college thesis with a Fortnite video. That's right, bitch. Yeah, I should be good. All that. So anyway, if anyone's still watching and in the comments, tell me what your favorite Stormtrooper design is, because there's a bunch throughout the series. Or, you know, tell me your favorite Clone Trooper design. Personally, my favorite Clone Troopers are the Phase 1 Clone Troopers with the fin helmets. I'm a big fan of those. Even without, like, any markings, I think they just look really cool. I also think, like, the Lego Pilot Phase 1s are pretty cool, even though those are very inaccurate to the actual source material, because the Phase 1s in the real world do not... in the original media, do not actually have, they don't have, what's it called, they don't have the fins. They just don't. So, you know, just... I think they look cool with the red insignia and the yellow printing. That's my opinion. Even if they aren't exactly accurate. And when it comes to Stormtroopers, I think the First Order Stormtroopers, like the one I'm using right now, probably my favorite just because I think the design is very clean looking. Like, I don't know. I think there's a very nice, clean aesthetic to them. I like how the visor and, like, the eye sockets look. Overall, like, the helmet is, like, the most important thing. And I think the helmet is the best of what's out there. Oh, Chewbacca is dead. Damn. I kind of want to put Chewbacca eliminated as the video thumbnail because that's kind of funny looking. I now just have a permanent health bar on my screen. Oh, no, it's gone. That's good. But yeah, I think that the First Order Stormtroopers look pretty cool. I like their helmets the most out of all the Stormtroopers. But overall, I am much more of a fan of, I'm a bigger fan of the droids. I think the droids are the coolest. I love battle droids. I love the super battle droids. I love the astromechs. I especially love, like, R2-D2 and BB-8. I think they look awesome. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think this helmet is a bit cooler looking than... Hold on, I think if I go to the shop, they might be here. Yeah, I think these are cool, but I much prefer how, like, the goggles go into, like, the mouthpiece.